Alrighty, y'all. Welcome back. Day number 43. We're getting there. 103 days left. Today, woke up. Like I said in today's YouTube video, or yesterday's YouTube video, 209.6. So, hopefully, tonight we don't have the same technical difficulties we had yesterday recording this. Then it not, being a valid video file anymore. But, with that, today, had a pretty good workout, but the pump kind of sucked. So, I went ahead and had my first two meals like normal. So, chicken, cream of rice, banana before the gym, and wasn't like down on energy, but just the pump sucked. So came home, had the second meal like normal, chicken and potato, and then the third meal, which is 10 ounces of beef, the 4 corn tortillas, cilantro and hot sauce with some onions for some beef tacos. It's my highest calorie meal in the day. It's a little closer like 730, something like that. I'd have to recheck. So I went ahead and had some sushi instead today. So I kind of changed up my order. And normally I do 4 spicy tuna rolls, a Jack's roll, and this place gives you a free Eddie roll. And then I normally also get like 4 chicken spring rolls. Today I did the 4 spicy tuna rolls, and then I did 3 2-piece orders of sashimi of yellowtail, and so 1,300 calories. It's like 1,310 from this place. 109 grams of protein though, instead of my normal 70. Well, it's like 64, 65 for the beef. But, so, basically an extra 40 grams of protein on tonight's dinner. Also, a little higher in carbs. So, about the same, an extra 40 carbs, 50 carbs. So, what I'm thinking, one, I'm already hungry again. So that's actually a good sign. That it's nice, clean, highly digestible. Body wanted it. So, I'm thinking the kind of poor pump today was just the lack of carbs. Now, I know I'm still 1.1 pounds ahead or above where I need to be tomorrow, technically. Haven't weighed in yet, because it's not tomorrow, but from this morning to tomorrow morning, that's kind of what we're going off of. I shouldn't quite have a cheat meal, but I don't know if having a meal that's slightly higher in calories, right? Like, I didn't go out and smash 3,000 calories in pizza and Cinnabread, like what my cheat meal normally is. So, I'm not expecting a massive swing in the scale like we have had from our other 4 cheat meals. 3 cheat meals? 3 or 4, something like that. To where we go up 5 pounds. If anything, I'm thinking maybe a pound. Just because of the soy sauce. You know, a little high in sodium. But I'm willing to bet, from what I weigh tomorrow morning to coming home from the gym fasted, even after I drink my first like 32 ounces of water, I bet I'll be lighter than when I woke up. So I know for a fact tomorrow's back day is going to have a wild pump. So that is going to be a benefit there. Because I think just a little flat from not enough carbs. So being 550 calories over on the day, don't think that's going to be a massive, deal breaker by any means. So but it's kind of how the day went today. Nothing crazy. Super simple, pretty clean. I don't think you can really get much cleaner than sushi for a cheat meal. And the protein source, like tuna and yellowtail. They are very clean protein sources. They're a little fatty, but they're good fats. You want that omega-3, that omega-6 fish oil. So it's also probably going to help with some, I guess vitamin or mineral that I lack in my normal diet because I don't really take a fish oil. So even though the omegas are good for you, I know, but kind of currently choosing supplementation that is a little more effective per dollar spent at the moment, per se, versus being completely optimal. Because to be optimal and effective currently is just out of the budget. That shit is so expensive. So just what we currently dealing with. Now, find out tomorrow's video, how was it? But you'll see today's arm video. We did make a little strength progress. 90-pound preacher curls today. They were a little heavy, for sure, but was controllable. Nice, tight contractions. That felt good. Dumbbell front raises today. A little heavier than the norm. Side raises as well. So that felt pretty good. Dumbbell shrugs. That made a large jump. Probably should have been a little 5 pounds lighter. Because I went from 80s to 100s. Just because it is literally like the way the racks are set up. 80s are at like the top right side. Then the bottom row of that rack is 90 and 95. Then the start of the next rack is the 100s, which are right next to the 80s. So I just grabbed the hundreds. So, our seated shrugs today. 100 pounds a hand, you know? Not that it's the most I could shrug, it's definitely not. But it's the most we're shrugging for three sets of 10. So that felt pretty good to make that jump. Because that means the traps are getting stronger. Since I have been lifting heavy, that means that they're getting bigger. Because there's more muscle tissue there to fire and contract. So there's more fiber usage happening to build that strength. So that makes me feel good. So shoulders overall, pretty strong today. Biceps also getting a little stronger. So I'm hoping those are also growing. But it's kind of funny, like I'll work at a certain weight for, well, I guess kind of I've been doing these same weights for since prep started. So we've been doing 43 days, 40 days, I would say, because the other past couple exercises kind of same effect on a couple movements. All of a sudden, we're just a little stronger all this week. So we are in a deficit, but we're chunky. So until we're below that 16% body fat range, we do have the ability to still gain a little muscle tissue and put on some strength. Now, where that happens at, we don't completely know yet. So, what I can tell you, we're looking a little leaner, even though the waist itself may not appear it, at least to myself. But I can tell, like, my shoulders are looking leaner, especially when they're pumped up. Biceps, I'm starting to get that lower bicep vein on the right arm now that my left arm has had for a while. So we know we're losing some body fat there. So things are leaning up. Like I can kind of feel it, hip area, my sides, around the glutes and the hips. Like all of that is definitely feeling different when I touch my body. So as funny as that sounds, I'm not like feeling myself up, but you scrub yourself down in the shower, I mean, you're going to end up feeling how things are changing. So for me, probably because of the vision problems, it's more noticeable in the way something feels to me than the way I can actually perceive it. Now, some of that could also just be fucking, body dysmorphia, which I definitely feel that way, right? Like, I'm getting smaller. I don't look as big as I did, but I'm getting leaner. But I'm definitely not, per se, as strong. So, you've got that mental part to deal with of, getting a little weaker, getting a little smaller, and going into that part to where you're kind of chunky as you get lean, so you just kind of look flat with no real definition anywhere. And you start trying to figure out whether or not you're looking better or looking worse. So there's parts of me I can look at me like, wow, that looks better. And then there's other parts where I'm like, I don't know, look kind of worse. Even though I don't. But that's just the way I perceive it myself. So, but with that, guys, think that's where we'll kind of leave it off at. So, make sure you're out there working towards your goals, getting your stuff done, and most of all, don't be a lazy fuck.